Welcome to Kick-Ass Teacher Academy. I'm Jamie Johnson. I'm the founder of Kick-Ass Teacher, where I am an overwhelm support coach for educators, and where I've had the privilege to coach over 475 educators and administrators internationally. I myself have been a teacher for 20 years, and I've taught everything from third grade bilingual classroom to developing a brand new alternative distance learning program. And I even served 2 years in the Peace Corps in Indonesia as an English teacher. So I get the overwhelm and the burnout that can occur in the world of education. I want to take a moment to acknowledge you for being here, for showing up, to take care of this vessel that we call body that carries us to work, to serve our people and serve our loved ones, and to take a moment to restore that. So thank you, fellow world shaper, for being here, because your peace and your well-being ripples out and has the power to impact everyone around you. Today we're going to talk about something that has the power to increase your productivity, your creativity, and your joy. And it's super simple. You don't have to practice it, you don't have to study or learn anything new to get it down, and you can do it anywhere. It's important to start super simple with these seed habits, especially when we're experiencing overwhelm and burnout, because adding more to our plate is just going to add more to the overwhelm. So this is taking something off of your plate. You don't have to study to figure it out. You're going to be great at it. It's going to be awesome. So just relax into this and know that this is going to help you gain some time in your day, creativity, and some productivity. Seed habits like this are really important because they are the base layer habit. They're so simple and so basic, it's almost hard to believe that they even have an impact. But the magic of a seed habit like this is that it attracts other habits. So I'm trying to keep it really simple so that I don't overwhelm you by jumping too far ahead into like an expert level practice for bringing in balance and serenity into your life. We're just starting simple. So let's get started. So our topic and our practice for today is being horizontal, or the art of laying down. I don't know about you, but for me, my mind is super doubtful and kind of cynical about things, especially if they're really simple. And I ask myself, is this really going to have the kind of impact I'm looking for in my day? Is it worth my commitment? So I need research and evidence and personal experience to really help me make a mindset shift to where I believe and I know and I commit to simple practices like this one to help me move forward. So this next section, I'm going to give you evidence about the art of laying down and what it can do for our body. Welcome to this Kick-Ass Teacher audio, The Art of Lying Down with Jamie Johnson. Let's begin by lying on our back, stomach, or side. Maybe our knees are up, our eyes can be opened or closed. Just so long as you are horizontal and your spine is horizontal. The goal is not sleep, but it can be. And we'll start by focusing on the breath, breathing out long, slow exhales. Let's start with a sigh. Sigh it out all the way. Take a few more slow breaths, and then we'll begin. Focus on the base of your skull and neck and feel the golden spinal fluid sparkling and full of energy, full of creativity, full of focus. Begin pooling and bathing your brain and neck in that sparkling golden fluid. Feel the tension leave your spine. You're at 0 gravity on your spine. Feel the cushions in between each vertebrae relax and expand. There's no gravity on your spine. It's free to rest and relax. And begin to follow your spinal fluid of light and creativity as it flows to your neck, between your shoulders, to your middle back, to the arch in your lower back. And through your lower back all the way to your tailbone. Breathe in. And out. Wiggle your toes and your fingers. Take a big deep breath in and open your eyes and sigh your relief. And when you're ready, you may sit up and continue your day rejuvenated, refocused, and refreshed. Now we've really been intentional about getting horizontal with our spine, laying down. And my question for you is, what is your body saying? What do you notice? And I invite you to enter what you notice and journal a little bit about what your body was saying to you at the end of this practice. in the comment section here on Teachable. You don't have to do a guided meditation every time you get horizontal. You can read a book, you can grade papers, you can do anything while your spine is horizontal. The goal is simply to be horizontal for 3 to 10 minutes at some point in the middle of your day. Preferably the part of the day where you're the most starting to kind of unravel and lose your energy and your focus. There's tons of research out there that has shown us over and over again that we can do more and be happier when our bodies are rested and our emotions are balanced. And the mistake that people often make is, when it comes to rest, is believing that rest is lazy or unproductive. And we hold on to this mindset that worships pain and martyrdom. We think thoughts like power through, get her done, there's not enough time, and I have to do it all. That's why evidence and research and practice experiences like this today are so important to making that tiny, subtle shift in our mindset that will free us to see the impact, the power of something as simple as laying down for 3 to 5 minutes during lunchtime or during that time of day you fall flat on productivity. That's why it's so important, those things, the research and the evidence, to shifting us into committing to something so simple. A habit as simple as laying down can shift us out of drowning in overwhelm and into more productivity and serenity. I know that I will get more done in 1 hour if I lay down for 3 to 5 minutes and then tackle my tasks than I would if I just powered through. So the key is really shifting that mindset to make the commitment to practice something really subtle and simple that won't add more to my plate and will actually help me open up more time and clear off some of the things on my plate. Most people don't fully commit to being well rested in their lives, and that's why we burn out and experience overwhelm. I myself didn't commit to spending restorative time, restorative practices until I had read the research and had plenty of personal experiences to prove to me that it was worth my commitment, worth my effort. I'll just share a story with you about lying down, actually, where that became something I knew was important, so that was simple, that I could commit to and make happen, and that did transform my afternoons in particular. I had been researching different restorative practices, and lying down, having a horizontal spine was something that I happened to come across. And it was right before I was about to go on a mission trip to India. So I knew in my mind that being horizontal a certain amount of the day was really important for the health of our spine and our brain and our creativity and our focus. I had it in my head. I didn't even try it. I wasn't even making note of how it could change things for me. But then I went on a mission trip to India, and over the course of 3 consecutive days, I did not have one moment to get my spine horizontal. I was on planes, I was on buses, I couldn't even find a floor in the airport that I could lay on. And every airport we went to, the chairs, you know how sometimes there are not armrests and you can link up a few chairs and lay amongst a few chairs, across a few chairs? No, I couldn't find anything like that. It was unbelievable. When we landed and went to go through customs, we spent 4 hours packed in a tiny room full of people shoulder to shoulder. I couldn't lay down. I would have been trampled to death. Then I get straight into a car, and we're not going to a hotel or someone's house. We're going to drive 3 hours. But first, I have to stop and get appropriate clothing for the village I'll be in. So it was just thing to thing to thing to thing to thing where I couldn't get horizontal and I got sick. I was in so much pain and my body was squirming to just be in a lie down position. And that research I had come across came back to me, and I was thinking, wow, this is really important. My spine, my body desperately needs this. And so that experience, that non-example, was hugely impactful for me being able to make lying down something that was a part of how I rejuvenated myself, something I believed in, something I knew without a doubt was going to make a difference, not only because I understood the research, but because I personally had experienced what it was like not being able to do that. So from that moment, I knew that rest had the power to give me back time. Investing time in my rest, investing time in my restoration, my rejuvenation was going to gain me time and happiness and balance and serenity in my work life, in my life at home, in my relationships. So, my question for you is, how committed do you feel to making lying down a regular part of your day? When can you commit to it? What time of the day are you going to commit to it? How often are you going to commit to it? Daily, 3 times a week, multiple times a day? How are you going to track your progress and celebrate that you're actually making this shift? The important thing is the commitment to making it happen. So if you're really committed to making this tiny shift happen, to begin a transformation in your life and your restorative practice, where you're feeling restored, rejuvenated, refreshed, serene, focused, balanced, how are you going to bring those things into your life one baby step at a time? And how are you going to commit to that? What could possibly get in your way? What's a stumbling block? I know a lot of my clients bring up to me how sometimes they get in their own way. And for whatever reason, they don't do this great thing that they know they can do. So that's why seed habits or tiny habits or micro habits, whatever you want to call it, are so important for setting the foundation for living and transforming your life and the way you live your life, one little baby step at a time. You are extraordinary. You are so worth it. And you matter more than anything in that pile on your desk. And that's the message I want to leave you with. It is my honor to be with you today, and I hope to continue to work with you further.